I'm about to show you how to build the absolute fastest local AI on the planet and save $1,000. NVIDIA doesn't exactly want you to know this secret, but we're breaking the system today. Stop paying those crazy cloud subscription fees because you are about to discover the ultimate local AI cheat code. Okay, let's jump straight into this explainer and completely disrupt everything you thought you knew about running massive AI models right at home. $1,000. That is the massive glitch in the matrix we just found. See, we're comparing the brand new NVIDIA Jetson Thor developer kit against the DJX Spark, which is designed for basically everybody else. But here is the absolute jaw-dropping reality. The Thor is over $1,000 cheaper than the Spark, literally over $1,000.
Section 1. The $1,000 secret.
Now, NVIDIA might not want you realizing this insane price discrepancy, because, why wouldn't you just save $1,000? Both of these incredible machines pack a mind-blowing 128 gigabytes of RAM. That is a monstrous amount of memory. When you're trying to run the most advanced artificial intelligence models locally, RAM is absolutely your biggest bottleneck, and both the Thor and the Spark hand you 128 gigs on a silver platter. But it actually gets crazier. And this brilliantly sets up our ultimate showdown. The Thor, the Spark, and even Apple's Mac Mini M4 Pro all share the exact same 273 gigabytes per second memory bandwidth. I've mentioned before how absolutely crucial memory bandwidth is for machine learning, right? It's the highway that feeds your data. But that number alone doesn't tell the whole story, which is exactly why we need to dig into the silicon.
Section 2. Meet the hardware contenders.
We gotta frantically break down the actual hardware specs that are tearing up the AI scene right now. Both the Thor and the Spark rock the absolute latest ARM-based Blackwell chips from NVIDIA, meaning they have the newest Tensor and CUDA cores. But just because they are both Blackwell systems doesn't mean they're identical. The Thor utilizes a 4nm CPU process, whereas the Spark features a denser 3nm CPU. So the crucial takeaway here is that this directly affects the CPU to GPU communication. The Spark's 3nm architecture is fundamentally faster at feeding data to the GPU part of the Blackwell chip than the Thor. But raw power comes at a cost, literally. Let's talk power usage. The Mac Mini M4 Pro sips power, idling at just 8 watts and peaking around 70 watts. The Thor is remarkably steady and conservative, running between 31 watts and peaking near 100 watts. It's designed for automotive robotics, so safety and deterministic steady power are key. But the Spark? Oh man, the Spark is an absolute power-hungry monster, hitting up to 153 watts when crunching dense models. It's built for bursty applications and serving multiple users concurrently. Section 3. The Ollama cheat code. You think setting up AI is hard? No, I am here to completely demolish that myth. We're using Ollama, and it is dead simple. It's so easy, it actually feels like cheating. Step 1, download Ollama. Step 2, open your terminal and type one single command, Ollama run Minstrel 3. Boom, that is literally it. You hit enter, and you are immediately running state-of-the-art AI models locally on your machine. No cloud, no fees, total privacy. And we aren't just running tiny toy models here. With 128 gigabytes of RAM, we can run a massive 70 billion parameter model like Llama 3.3 right on this tiny box. 70 billion! This is a massive, chunky model taking up over 40 gigabytes of disk space, and you have the power to run it locally right on your desk. It's totally insane.
Section 4. Insane speeds and benchmarks.
Strap in, because we're going to look at the pure calculation numbers, and they are literally melting the competition. We're testing prompt evaluation. That's the pre-fill stage where the system processes your entire prompt before answering. For the Minstrel 3 model, the pure computation power and those brand new Tensor cores of the Blackwell chips absolutely annihilate the Mac Mini. The Mac Mini pushes 353 tokens per second. The Thor, 1,036 tokens per second, 3 times faster. But the Spark hits 2,460 tokens per second. It is just destroying the prompt evaluation phase. And on a subsequent run, the Spark's peak prompt evaluation rate hit an impossible 2,817 tokens per second. Let me repeat that. 2,817 tokens per second. That's not just fast, that's insane. The Blackwell architecture is just screaming through these tokens. But what happens when we choke these machines with a massive 40-gigabyte dense model like Llama 3.370B? A dense model uses all of its parameters at once, so it's incredibly heavy. even here, the Spark remains nearly 3 times faster than anything else in prompt evaluation, hitting 283 tokens per second, compared to the Thor's 103 and the Mac Mini's struggling 34. The Spark just eats context for breakfast. But here is a really surprising twist. Once we move past prompt evaluation into the pure token generation, the decode stage where the AI is actually typing out the answer, the Mac Mini actually squeezes out a tiny win. For the Llama 70B dense model, the Mac Mini hits 5.43 tokens per second, barely beating the Thor's 4.61 and the Spark's 4.46. It's a slight case of diminishing returns for the Spark on pure generation for this specific heavy dense model. But hey, don't count the Mac Mini as the victor just yet, because the 64GB Mac Mini completely failed to load a sparse mixture of experts' 12 billion parameter model. Its memory just wasn't enough. It crashed. This proves exactly why 128 gigabytes of RAM is an absolute necessity if you want to play in the big leagues of local AI without your system crashing. And when we look at how the two NVIDIA Titans handle that same sparse mixture of experts model, the Spark's architecture really proves its worth. It feeds bursty tasks over twice as fast as the Thor. The Spark hits 977 tokens per second in prompt processing compared to the Thor's 464. Look, the Thor is a fantastic, conservative 128GB option if you want to save $1,000 and run steady dense models. But if you need bursty speed and multiple users, the Spark is unparalleled. Section 5. The Local AI Revolution. And speaking of hardware, I've got an absolute bombshell to drop. NVIDIA is giving away a Jetson Orin Nano Super, and it is literally signed by the CEO of NVIDIA himself, Jensen Huang. The rules for this massive giveaway are right in the source description. You absolutely do not want to miss a chance to own a piece of AI history signed by Jensen. We are taking control back from the massive cloud corporations. You no longer need to flip between 6 different tabs and pay 6 different bills to access top-tier AI. So here is what you need to take away from this explainer. Stop paying for cloud subscriptions right now. If you want to build the ultimate local setup, secure the Thor's $1,000 discount to command 128 gigabytes of local AI power. Or grab the Spark if you want absolute face-melting speed. Download Ollama, cheat the system, and join the local AI revolution today. Let's go. So what model will you run first when you finally have 128 gigabytes of power sitting right on your desk?